1. So I'm the manager of a women's clothing store, but our store also sells intimates, bras, panties, etc. Our company recently sent our rewards members a coupon to get one bra for $25. This coupon is only good on regular price bras, as we have promotional bras and clearance bras as well. However, the promotional and clearance bras are always $25 or less anyway, so it wouldn't make sense to try to use the coupon on those. Or so I thought. This ordeal happened on Saturday. Me. Hi, welcome to Women's Clothing Store. What can I help you find today? Crazy lady.
I have a coupon for a discounted bra.
Me. Great. Walks crazy lady to the bras. Me. You can use that coupon on any of the regular price bras here. If you don't see your size, let me know and I'll check to see if we have that style with our back stock. Crazy lady.
What about these bras here?
Motions to promo bras. Me. Those bras are already on sale for $25 or less, so the coupon doesn't apply to those. Crazy lady.
Okay, thank you.
I leave her to shop and go assist some other customers on the floor. I get called to the registers to do a return. And after the return there was a line. So I began to ring some customers to help my associate. We're almost through the line when Crazy Lady comes up to the counter with 3 bras. Me. Hi again, it looks like we found some cute bras for you today. Crazy lady.
Yes, and I want to use my coupon on all of them.
Me. Well, unfortunately, the coupon can only be used on one bra. But it looks like all of the bras you picked out are promotional bras anyway. Crazy lady.
So what? I want to use my coupon.
Me. The promotional bras you've picked are already $25 or less. Would you like me to help you find a regular price bra so I can use your coupon?
Crazy lady. No, I already picked out the bras I want. Use my coupon on all of them.
Me. Ma'am, the coupon allows you to get one bra for $25. All of these bras are already $25 or less.
Crazy lady. I don't care. I want to use my coupon. Just use my coupon already.
Me. What exactly would you like me to do with the coupon? Crazy lady.
Give me my bras for $25.
Me. Okay. I take the coupon, act as though I'm keying it in, and just scan the bras as they are. 2 were $25, 1 was $20. Me. Alright, your total is $70 plus tax. Crazy lady.
What? Did you use the coupon like I said?
Me. Yes, ma'am. Crazy lady.
This can't be correct. You're incompetent. Where's your manager?
Me. Ma'am, I am the manager, and I am far from incompetent. Would you like to remove one of the bras from your purchase? Crazy lady.
No, I want to pay $25.
Me. Wait, you want to get 3 bras for $25? Crazy lady.
Yes, they let me do that at Busty Betty's Bra Emporium.
Me. Well, that's not happening here. This coupon clearly states 1 bra for $25. If you want all 3 bras, it's $70 plus tax. Otherwise, you might want to go back to Busty Betty's. Even though I can tell you, they won't sell you 3 bras for $25 either. Crazy lady.
Give me back my coupon. I'm leaving and never shopping here again.
I hand her the coupon and she storms out in a huff. The next customer in line comes up to the counter laughing. Me. Sorry for the wait. Laughing customer. I'm sorry you had to deal with that horrible woman. I have a question though. Barely containing herself. Me. Sure, what's up? Laughing customer. If she's never going to shop here again, why does she need the coupon back? Bursts into giggles. So at least we got a laugh out of it in the end. 2. Where I work, we do a lot of orders for a government agency in the area. Their needs are typically met with our in-store availability. They call us, let us know what they want, they pay for it, we get it ready for them. A week ago, their buying manager gives me a ring and inquires about a few items. We don't have them in store, but do on our website. I explain to him that he can buy off of our site. I tell him I'd be happy to help, but it may be easier for him to do it himself, so that he can follow the process beginning to end, instead of dealing with the store to get updates. He expresses concern about how their tax-exempt status will take effect. I let him know that their GSA credit card works in our website, and will automatically mark down sales tax. For a buying manager, this guy apparently has never ordered off a website before, because I have to walk him through how to use our site. He figures it out after seeing that the tax-exempt worked. We exchange pleasantries, and that's the last I hear of the order. Until yesterday. The guy calls me to let me know that he had somehow managed to set his pickup store to a location in motherfucking New York State. My first reaction is to laugh, like, oh well man, that sucks. I thought the situation sort of called for some levity. My rapport with this guy in the past had been nothing but positive. I was wrong. So very wrong. He asks me if we can ship his order from the New York store to us here in California. I tell him that simply isn't possible.
What do you mean that isn't possible? As big a company you are, you can't ship the order from New York to California? You mean to tell me something as simple as shipping from one store to another isn't possible?
I explained to him that it absolutely is, but only if it's local. He asks me how we ship it. I tell we have a pickup truck we use to go pick up orders. We aren't going to drive to New York, and there certainly isn't a system set up for that. He says that isn't acceptable and demands something be done. I relent and tell him I'll call our corporate number and see what our options are. So I make the call, and sure enough, there isn't much that can be done. All we can do is cancel the order, and the receiving store will get an RTV, allowing the material to be returned to the vendor on the next truck. Just that truck isn't coming to California. I call and leave a message to the guy saying that their card is being refunded and that he can reorder everything. I come in this morning and decided to help elsewhere in our store. Apparently the guy blows up my phone when I'm not at my desk and doesn't wait for customer service to pick up on the first 5 tries. And on the 6th try, finally waits, and that's when I get the page. Our guy is not happy at all. He lays into me about cancelling the order without speaking to him. I try to explain to him, reiterating my voicemail, that it was our only option per corporate. He raises his voice at me saying,
No, it wasn't your only option. This is why people aren't shopping anymore. Your customer service sucks. I spend tens of thousands of dollars at your store every year. I called you to place an order and you told me to do it myself. You helped me place the order on the website and it got screwed up.
Sir, if you remember, we did that because I thought it would be beneficial for you to not have to deal with the store for an order for once. Remember how we talked about your GSA credit card? You expressed concern about the tax exemption. And I showed you it worked.
No, anyone else would just have done the order for us. Instead, you made me do it myself. Anyone else would just have done it.
After calming himself down, he then sternly demands a receipt, showing the full refund amount. I explained to him that the order was cancelled in full, so there wouldn't be a receipt. I'll admit, I was wrong here. I don't deal with returns too often. He tells me that's ridiculous. His people need a receipt showing they were refunded the full amount. I again, unfortunately, tell him that there isn't a receipt because it's an online order. He didn't buy it from a store. He tells me that I need to figure it out. If they don't get a receipt, he will be getting a lawyer to get one for him. I relent again and tell him I'll look into it more. He says good, and hangs up as I'm still talking. I end up calling the store in New York, and as it turns out, there is a way to look up a receipt. Since the order is being sent there, and then cancelled, the refund technically is issued by that store. I'm able to view the receipt in my store, and figure we're good to go. Our system does have one drawback. We can't save receipts on our system, or email them. I know, right? Still, it's a government agency. If anyone has a fax machine, they do. Nope. Happy to know we have receipts. The guy didn't give me too hard a time, but did say we gotta figure out a way to email the receipt. I'll give him that. It's fucking stupid our system can't do that. Our back office lady ended up going home for lunch and kindly took the receipts with her to scan and email them to the guy. 3. So it was Cinco de Mayo, and I'm working my usual closing shift at our only set of self-checkout lanes. Our manager forgot that it was Cinco de Mayo when writing the schedule, and we were extremely understaffed. We had just me, the supervisor, and a single cashier for the last 3 hours of the night, when we needed at least 5 cashiers. So it hits 8, and we send the last cashier we had home. They didn't want to stay, don't blame them. And it blows up like no tomorrow. My line at self-checkout was getting long as it was merging with the insanely long register lines 40 feet away. My supervisor was in a check stand trying to bring the lines down and asked me to find us any backup in the store we could get. I called every single department we had, asking if they had anyone register trained that we could borrow. And they all said they had no one trained or no one available to go up there. Great! It hits about 8:30, and the lines are just as bad if not worse than they were before. I'm running around from robot to robot checking everyone's ID since 80% of the orders were for absurd amounts of alcohol, and that's when this lady in her 40s storms up past everyone else and starts yelling at me. Let's call her the impatient one. Impatient one.
Hey, why in the hell don't you have any help here? This is ridiculous.
Me. I'm sorry, miss. We got severely understaffed tonight, and we are doing the best we can to help everyone through. Impatient one.
Call someone up here right now, this is fucking stupid.
Me. We already tried to call others up, and there is no one in the store who is available right now. By now I have all 6 of my lanes asking for ID, which stops their whole order right there, until I come over in person and clear it, and the line's growing more and more each passing second. Impatient one.
Well, call them again and tell them to get their lazy asses up here.
She's screaming so loud that my supervisor hears her from the check stand and calls my self-checkout phone. I look over, see it was her, and motion her to hang up. So I learned not even a month prior to this incident that I have the authority to make the decision to ask a customer to leave if I deem it necessary and no one else above me is available, as well as all the extra steps I can take if they refuse. This lady was not going to listen, and I did not want to escalate further and draw it out. Me. Miss, you can either go wait in the line, as long as it is, or you can leave. Impatient one.
Excuse me? I will not be leaving. I have been waiting for hours. Ha! Now.
Me. Now very fed up with this woman. You can leave your items where they are and leave now. If you refuse, I will be forced to call security. Impatient one.
Oh no, if you pick up that phone, you won't want to know what will happen.
I pull out my cell phone and dial the non-emergency number. Me. Hi there, I work at Grumpy Gussie's Supermarkets, and I have a customer who is now threatening me and refusing to leave the building. Impatient one.
You hang that up right now, you son of a bitch.
She screamed so loudly that they deemed it an emergency and sent an officer, who was already in our parking lot, inside. I proceed to completely ignore her and continue helping my customers while she screams many obscenities at me, while the officer is walking up. All I saw in the insanity was the officer trying to calm her down and escort her out. She fought it and got put in handcuffs and almost dragged out of the store. I wrote down my information since I assumed the officer would come back and ask me what happened. When he came back, I gave him my info and asked if he could call me after work, or if I could call them on my break, and he agreed to and went on his way. When it finally calmed down to nothing 10 minutes after closing, my supervisor asked me what the hell happened, explained everything, and she put it in her pass down. The next day I got pulled aside by my manager about it to explain what happened, and surprisingly did not get in trouble at all for how I handled it. Still haven't seen that lady come back in, so I'm thinking she got banned from the property or arrested for something, in addition to what happened. 4. A couple years ago, I used to be a frequent customer at this gas station place a few minutes away from my work. It was easy to stop in to order a quick meal and coffee to take to my shitty food service job. Let's say it rhymed with meats, and they offered me to order food and drinks that you would order from a touchscreen kiosk. Well, this time round, I'm in meats, ordering food for when I head into work, and I hear this guy asking about his drink order. From what I heard, he'd assumed this certain type of drink promotion, which, if I recall correctly, was for a Horcha milkshake, would cover his beverage order. He was trying to explain to the very exasperated and in-the-weeds people behind the counter that he wanted one of the signature coffees listed in their advertisements and posted on multiple posters around the food area. And he'd never been to a meats location before and was unfamiliar with the touchscreen devices and didn't know how to order them. Apparently he'd ordered a milkshake Horcha by mistake, but after receiving his drink, It was not what he wanted and, to his credit, was very politely trying to figure out if he could switch the drink he'd gotten for an iced coffee. Now, as I'd mentioned at this time, the people behind the counter making the food and drinks were very behind, and there was a several minutes longer wait than usual. A store employee was trying to help this guy from across the counter, but it was obvious that the employee was distracted and trying to make multiple orders, and didn't fully understand this guy's questions. Eventually a manager stepped in and said over the counter, because the manager was also making food, he could reorder an iced coffee in exchange for his horcha without charge. But this man wasn't familiar with the touchscreen ordering. I watched this all go down and watched an employee stop making drinks and come from behind the counter to help this guy. The guy, again very politely, tried to ask for help with ordering and again explained he didn't understand what's going on. But the employee was obviously stressed and didn't understand, should I mention my job is also food service, so I seem to have a sixth sense for this kind of thing. As the guy is trying to get the employee to guide him onto how to order an iced coffee, and the employee seemed to get more flustered the more questions this guy asked, I stepped up. I start to guide this guy on the coffee ordering experience, ask this guy what kind of coffee he's looking for, all that. I make eye contact with the employee and he just silently slinks back around the corner to continue completing orders. I help this guy through the ordering process, help him figure out what kind of coffee he wants. Turns out he just wants an unflavored iced coffee with a double shot espresso, no biggie. Just didn't understand the ordering process. And help him put the order in. He thanks me, then asks to confirm if he'd be charged for a new coffee since he's exchanging it for the horcha he'd originally paid for. Me, oh, I'm sorry sir, I'm not totally sure. I overheard the manager say you wouldn't be charged if they exchanged your coffee, but you'd have to confirm with an employee or a manager. I don't work here. Him, oh really, I thought you worked here. Looks at my shirt. It's then he realized I'm wearing the same color red polo as the meats employees. I hadn't even thought of it before. Me, oh, yeah, actually I just come here to order coffee a lot and I noticed they were really busy, so I thought I could help. I don't actually work here. Points at work logo on shirt. I actually work at this place. Oh, well, thank you so much. My mama always raised me to be polite to others and help others when I can, so I just did. 5. I'm a hairstylist and I work in a franchise where we only do haircuts. The haircuts are fairly priced and we also give $13 cuts to kids and seniors. On this day we were very busy and had everyone working. We were back to back with haircuts. This old man with grey hair was checked in and was walking around aimlessly like he had a question. I was close by and walk up to the front desk. Do you need some help? I ask politely. He looks over to me and asks, how much is the haircut going to be? He asks even though there's a huge sign behind him of our prices. I tell him $15. He then later on asks me 2 more times about the prices. This is important to remember. He clearly understood what he was going to pay. I eventually was the one to take him back. I finish the haircut and all is good. I get to the front desk to check him out. Your total is $15, I say. He digs in his pocket and lays down a $10 bill. I'm confused. I thought he misheard me. It's 15, sir. And he smiles cheeky. All I have is $10. I was fairly new, so I didn't want to argue prices and gave him a senior haircut, which was $13. I was still short $3, but I didn't want to short the till, so I paid for it. I told my co-worker about it, and later told me that he does that to many other locations. I was pretty angry I got tricked. Luckily, I wrote a note into the computer that he needs to pay full price next time. But seriously, who does that just to get away with a few bucks? Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Adventures in Fast Food and Retail, number 24. And thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use their stories in this video. Getting things done a bit late today, later than usual, later than I'd like, but I did have a spot of work to do in the garden. Was hoping to get it done over the weekend, but I didn't have the weather for it. I had rain, is what I had. So I had to get it done today, because it was getting quite bad and quite frankly embarrassing. So I got that sorted, then my sister called and asked me if I wanted a haircut, which I don't have much hair left to be perfectly honest with you, but what little I do does need cut, so I got that done as well, and by the time all was said and done I didn't get started till late. Well, these things happen. And with that little bit of a grumble, I'm going to head off for now. So until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourselves.